If you want to see what brazen, self-centered pandering looks like, I have the video for you. It's not a video of Marjorie Taylor Greene, if that's what you were expecting. It's a video of former Democratic Congresswoman and now explosive Trump suck-up Tulsi Gabbard just begging Donald Trump Jr. that she really wants to be Trump's VP. It would be an honor or something like that. Remember when there were some people on the left who completely fell for Tulsi and said, this is the last real liberal? She's the only one who wants to get out of the endless wars. The only one. Nobody else wants to get us out of wars. Well, I'm glad I didn't fall for it. And I know many in my audience didn't either. Take a look at this pathetic pandering. I'm almost getting the chills from how cringy this is.
No, listen, I think that's an interesting point. I think you're probably changing people's minds, in real time. I'm just following the chat along, and a lot of people are saying, I really like her, but can I trust her? Again, and again, it's only because of the bifurcated nature of politics these days. I mean, my first political fundraiser ever was for Andrew Cuomo because I was a real estate developer from New York City, and the Attorney General literally signs off on every offering plan that you do. If you're going to sell a building, the Attorney General signs off on it. That's what he was running for.
So by the way, this is already interesting. This is Don Jr. saying that his family's support of Democrats for like his dad's entire life was just political opportunism and expediency, which may well be true to a degree, but it's certainly a convenient retrospective explanation that doesn't really explain, like, you could support Andrew Cuomo because they approve building permits or whatever without Trump having to be pro-choice for 68 years before he suddenly becomes anti-choice to run for president. So it's a very interesting little story that Don Jr. has concocted. It's not a particularly believable one, but let's get to the main topic here, which is Tulsi's vice presidential aspirations.
Did that. And I understand, as a lifetime conservative, you can change those responses. But, what's your response to that? And if you get a call about vice president, something I've also seen a bunch here, and actually for the last few weeks, how are you responding to that call?
I'd be honored. I'd be honored to serve my country in that way. I'd be honored to actually be in a position to help President Trump execute his policies, bringing the experience that
The last real liberal, folks. She would be honored to help Trump execute his policies. She speaks at anti-vax. Did she speak at CPAC? She recently spoke at Mar-a-Lago. This is really the left now? Give me a break.
Have had of being on the front lines of many of these battles and actually understanding what we're up against. And so whether you're talking about securing the border, reducing inflation, improving our economy, stopping these Democrats and establishment Republicans, stopping these warmongers from continuing to push us closer and closer to war, not just in one country, but in multiple regions across the world. These are things, if I had the opportunity and privilege of being able to serve and support President Trump in actually executing these policies, I'd be honored to do so.
Painful. And by the way, I noticed that Don Jr.'s eyes are almost completely swollen shut during the entire interview. I'm going to reserve judgment and opinion about that. I know in the comments, a lot of people noticing that. Listen, I welcome. So we talk about deprogramming. Okay. Tulsi followers were basically in a cult back in whatever year that was. I've had 6 or 7 people in my audience write to me and say, David, you know what? You were right. I fell for it. I got sucked into the cult of Tulsi. There's nothing progressive about her. She is an opportunist. She is a reactionary. God, I don't know what the hell she is. Some people saying, I'm really glad that you didn't fall into it. I'm now out of it. I think that that's an incredibly mature and adult way to react. And so to those 6 or 7 people, you're welcome back here anytime. And you are part of the movement. You figured it out. OK, we've got to create an environment where people are willing to say, hey, I got duped. Not everybody has realized that. But boy, oh, boy, hard to find folks that were duped more vigorously than the Tulsi folks. She would be honored to be Trump's VP. 4 years ago, you had people on the left saying this is the only true leftist here. Shocking stuff. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Taking care of your health isn't always easy, but it really should be simple. Simple. That's why for years now, I've been drinking AG1 every day. It's just 1 scoop mixed with water once a day, and it gives me the foundational nutritional elements I want for the whole day. Each serving of AG1 gives me what I want in terms of vitamins, minerals, and more. It's just a simple habit. I know that with AG1, I'm getting high quality nutrition. The ingredients are sourced for nutrient density and absorption. If you want to take ownership of your health, start with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2, plus 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase exclusively at drinkag1.com/Pacman. The link is down below.